Hello, this is Bella, and I am doing a much asked for and much promised Q&A video, my first Q&A video. I got a couple of questions, and the first question is, I wrote it on paper, so I will be looking down. This is from a Miss Jeffers, 2010, and she asked, what is the first week like after all of it is done? I guess after the whole process is done, the extractions and whatnot. For me, it's probably a lot different than what a lot of you may have gotten. I didn't get immediate dentures. I had got mine extracted. I believe it was July 26th. Yeah. And I got mine extracted, and I had to wait 7 weeks to get my dentures. 7 weeks after I got them extracted, I had to wait to get my dentures. So for me, the first week was not bad at all. I mean, I didn't have to have, I only had 15 teeth left that needed to be pulled. And, but I needed to have an alveoplasty also, which needed to have meant that the bone needed to be smoothed out and whatnot. And everything went fine for me. It went accordingly. Like what they told me would happen would happen. And of course I had fear. I mean, that's just normal to have fear and build up of being afraid, and and I was nervous, but when I went in, they put the needle in my arm, and because I was put to sleep, and I didn't, when I woke up, they woke me up. I didn't even know that the process was started. They told me, you're finished. So I was finished. But the first week for me consisted of much needed rest. My mom and my husband were nice enough. Like, I think the first 2 days I rested and, tried to get as much rest and sleep as I could. And I made sure, though, that I did do my salt and warm water rinses. They were a lifesaver for me. Doing salt and warm water rinses and keeping your gums nice and clean were very helpful. And I ate a lot of soft foods, meaning like applesauce, yogurt, oatmeal, grits, soups, a lot of chicken noodle soup or chicken broth, stuff like that. I didn't sip from a straw. You should not sip from any straw. That can really, mess you up. And I also, what did I do? I took the antibiotics. I believe I had to take it 3 times a day. So I took the antibiotics 3 times a day as prescribed. And for me, I did not take any narcotics. I am in recovery. This is something that I chose to share today with you guys. I am in recovery. So from I decided not to take any kind of narcotics. So the ibuprofen 600 milligrams worked like fantastic for me. It was the best thing, and it also helped with the swelling. Like, you really want to take the ibuprofen if they give that to you, which they normally do. They'll give you like a Vicodin or with ibuprofen and your antibiotic, because I still had a little bit of well, I don't think I had, no, I didn't have any you know what do you call that? I didn't need antibiotics because there was an infection or anything like that. They give you antibiotics anyway, just in case of an infection or whatnot. So yes, that really helped me to take my medications accordingly. But I'm just saying, for you guys, they'll probably give you a Vicodin or an Motrin and an antibiotic. But for me, I told the doctor that I was in recovery and that I did not want any narcotics, because I've been clean for 41 months, sober, and I do not want anything that's going to mess up my recovery, or set me back. It's not good for me, and I don't know if any other people can relate, that either are in recovery or have dealt with being addicted to narcotics or anything like that, like Xanax. It's just, I don't do well with that. It's very addictive for me. So, I missed a lot of you, and I really, really like all the questions. I really haven't gotten too many questions. I got three questions, I believe, and I'm going to answer the second one right now. But hoping to get more questions from more viewers, and I'm hoping to get more likes and more subscribers, because I said once I reached my 100 subscriber, I was going to send out a gift, probably some denture products like adhesives and stuff like that, and we'll see where it goes. I'm doing this channel because it helps me in the process. It helps me to learn new things, and I like helping other people. Real quick before I get to the second question, there is a website called Dentures, A New Smile, which for me, to tell you the truth, Miss Jeffers, that really helped me in the process of getting dentures. I lived on that site from the time I decided I wanted to get dentures and get my mouth taken care of. I started doing a lot of research. For me, researching my possibilities and what I could I couldn't afford for the implants, so for me this was the better route to go for now. I mean, it's not going to be permanent, but I would like to get implants one day. I'm sorry, I have something on my camera. But I do have a beautiful outcome, and it's this. And I love it. I got blessed with a good pair. I mean, I can eat with them, and I can smile and do everything. And I remember I was telling you guys, sorry, my phone's ringing, don't mind that. I remember I was telling you guys that I am going to be getting a reline. Well, I couldn't make that appointment because my kids had off, and it was just too much to bring the kids with me. So, they gave me an appointment all 4 weeks, 3 weeks later, so which is this Tuesday coming up, the 29th. So I will let you guys know how everything worked out. So, yes, on to the second. So, but yeah, I lived on the Dan's website. They're very, very helpful and informative people that can help you, and they know what you're going through. And I looked at all the pictures of people's smiles, and I just knew for me I knew I was making the right decision. And I'm not going to lie, because there are some people that are I'm going to hurry this video up because I don't know how much time I have. There are some people that may have to go through what I went through, because my insurance would not cover the immediate denture. So I had to wait 7 weeks, which wasn't bad, but inside for me, I was dying. I didn't go out unless I needed to go out. My husband helped me a great deal, which meant he would pick up the kids, drop them off, go food shopping. It was rare. And even if I did go pick the kids up, I waited in the car. My oldest daughter went and got the kids for me and met me at the car. I stayed in as much as I can. And I got out some days. I'm not going to say I didn't, but I just watched I didn't want anyone to see me like that. It was embarrassing. It was very embarrassing. I was mortified. I was hurt. Why me, but then I knew that I was going to have this beautiful outcome, and so it was the best decision I ever made. Before that first week, I just rested, took my medications. You have to make sure you're getting plenty of fluids and you're eating, even if you just are getting something like applesauce in you, liquids like broths, chicken broth, beef bouillon cubes, something that you need you need to get a lot of liquids in you and fluids, because you don't want to dehydrate. And by like the third day, I was feeling a whole lot better. The key to it for me was taking that Motrin and those antibiotics. The Motrin took down a lot of the swelling. And the most important thing that I did that was very, very helpful was doing the warm salt and water rinses. I mean, I did that 4 times a day faithfully because it helped. It helped me to recover faster. And that's what it's all about. And by the time I went to go get my impressions, because they did my impressions, I think I was the third week. So I got my impressions done the third week after I got my teeth extracted. And they did the impressions. So I did fairly get my teeth quicker than most people would. I mean, I've have a couple friends that they didn't get their teeth till 4 months later. So yes, I got them 7 weeks later, and it's by far the best thing I've ever done. I'm not in pain anymore. I'm not sick anymore. Like I've said in my 6 month video and probably all my videos, abscesses and these teeth can kill you. You can die from an abscess. And it's just not good. I feel like a new person. I feel like a better person, a new person. I have a new life, a new outlook on life. I can go places with my children without fear that people are looking at me or being embarrassed. I once I think it was at my 3 month mark, I went out to eat for the first time, and I felt a sense of security. I felt like a normal person, like like my friends feel like when they're going out to eat and they have, they don't have dentures or anything, but I didn't feel like I had dentures, I just felt like I fit in and it worked out. So on to the second question, and this is still from Miss Jeffords, 2010. What should I expect from my appointment coming up, and what should I definitely ask? I'm sorry, this was asked like more, I think like 4 weeks ago. I'm sorry that I didn't get back to you before you probably went to your appointment. But for me, I wrote everything down. That was important to me, to write everything down that I wanted to ask the doctor. Sorry, my cat's trying to get in the video. I wrote everything down. Like, for me, what should I expect? And from the appointment, the appointment of when you get your extractions, for me, they made me wait out I had to bring a person because the person had to drive me because I was going to be under the influence of the anesthesia. So I had to wait for, my ride was waiting with me and, out in the waiting room while I was getting it done, and they called, him in to, tell that I was done and give me my, Motrin prescription and my antibiotic and, the directions of what to follow. For me, I got there, I think I had to get there for 7:30 because my appointment was at 8:30 and they said you should arrive. But I got there earlier. So I got there and I just signed in and I waited for someone to come, I checked in, someone to come and get me. I believe I paid my copay. And then they took me back. They got me started. They gave me like some laughing gas, and then they put the needle in. And I just remember counting backwards, and I don't remember getting to number 7, and I was out of it. And then I woke up in the recovery room, and I got my I just woke up, and I was coming to it, and they were talking to me, and just everything was fine. And then, so really nothing, and questions, and I'm not sure if you mean about your extraction day, or if before your extraction, that kind of appointment. Questions to ask is if it's going to be done by an oral surgeon, if you have insurance, does your insurance cover, you to get put to sleep, or laughing gas, or some people get a couple teeth pulled, like 3 at a time, and then another 3 a couple days later. You just have to ask what your what they deliver, like